All right, we're up and running. What's up there, YouTube? It's been a minute. All right, we're up and running. What's up there, YouTube? That's what happens when my phone is over here, so I can see that I'm live and all that good stuff. Yeah, we've been extremely busy here since Hurricane Ida. Um, so many things that we're adjusting to, dealing with. Things are good. I'm safe. My house is fine. Simple things like your internet going in and out, your cell phone's not acting right. That's because all of the poles and the cell towers, things got pretty jacked up with the storm. So we're all just patiently waiting for things to be 100% back to normal, but it's not 100%. It's more like 65%, but we're getting there. Um, Two things that I do every day, which is Capture One for all of my raw conversions, and handling my clients, I use HoneyBook. And HoneyBook is a wonderful way to communicate with your clients, make appointments, keep notes in one area in their folder. You know how you have emails going back and forth with people, and you go back to your Google Mail, and sometimes you got to go, some of your conversation is on a new email thread, not the same one. And it's a problem because it's detrimental information sometimes on a job or something you said to a client or vice versa. What I love about HoneyBook is it keeps all those threads in your HoneyBook folder for that client. That's awesome. That is gold. Let me tell you. But right now I'm messing with Capture One. I'm gonna do a live stream for maybe an hour today. First 30 minutes, I'm gonna do Capture One. Next 30 minutes, I'm gonna do HoneyBook because I'm creating a template for my food photography, and it's a great tutorial for you because I'm doing it pretty much from scratch. I started last night, but you can, when somebody sends you an email, okay, on your contact form. Sorry. Sorry, you guys. This camera, I love this Canon. What is that? The G7X. It goes to sleep every I don't know how many minutes. I got to figure it out, but I got to keep turning it back on so you don't see me. That's why. What was I saying? Templates. Yes. So on my contact form, when they click on the bar to pull down what type of photography you're looking for, and they say commercial work, I see that contact form. So when I respond to that email, all I got to do is click templates and use my GK food imagery inquiry template. And what I'm setting up will just be a click and a go, and it's all there. And it's beautiful. Yeah. So anyway, that's on the second half of the hour. So first 30 minutes, let's get into some Capture One, shall we? Doobie doo. That's actually HoneyBook. Sorry. Let me go to some Capture One. Hold on. One of the coolest features that Capture One came out with recently is that darn magic brush, masking brush thingy. I have been using that quite often, and I'm pretty impressed on how well this thing works. I'm gonna show you that in a second. If you saw my last live stream, it was the beginning of doing this. Well, now I'm going to show you how to kind of do it more in an advanced format. Let me see. Let's do this. All right, I'm just pulling up some people here. All right, let me share this screen. I'm using StreamYard for my live, and all I have to do is make sure the programs are a window, and then I can share. Yeah, hold on. Window, Capture One. Yes, please. Okay. Let's do this. So look, if you're here, please say so in the comments. I never know who's watching until somebody actually says hello, hey, how you doing? All that good stuff. So let's get into some Capture One. This was a concert I recently photographed, and I work with the Fuji X-T4. I was Canon for 24 years. And when things were going mirrorless, I just wanted something that was smaller, lighter, but technology was definitely there. And I looked at everything, and the Fuji caught my eye. I'm like, let me get it. If I don't like it, I can always return it. Yeah, I love my Fuji system. I just do. And where so many people complain about images in low light on any camera model, honestly, it's got sometimes nothing to do with the camera model. It has everything to do with how you're exposing your images or how you're actually working your raw files. Not everybody has the training or the years of working with color, contrast, sharpness, clarity. Back in the film days, our labs did all this stuff for us. And, now that we're all digital, we're having to do it. Well, guess what? Not everybody sees color the same way. My eyes may see green a certain way. Your eyes see green a slightly different way. Not everybody sees color correctly. And that is why it's so important to have a good white balance and kind of go from there. So let me see. Let me find an image I really want to work with. That's a cool shot. That's cool too. All right, let's just show range here. All right, adjustment, reset. All right, so this image was 100% not in my favor with those lights coming at me, but I love that flare. And first thing is, where's my image? Like, what do I want to show as my image? And I creatively crop a lot, actually. I love free form cropping, meaning any aspect ratio size, because these days your lab can print whatever size you give them, honestly. So have some fun with your cropping. All right, so we're gonna start with that. Now I have a little action, a little preset, my styles and presets. I gotta offer this to you guys very soon, but this is called GK Glossy Sharp. Here's my sharp indoor. See how the mids are much brighter, and then the glossy sharp. The blacks are more truer. The colors are punchy. So let me get out of this. Did I click on black and white? No. You're black and white? Okay. So from here, first thing I do is an auto white balance. Let me just see what it does. Sometimes I get my selector tool and I'll go find white or black somewhere in the image. I know he's wearing a black shirt. I know his collar is white. I know that speaker is black. So when you're doing a white balance, depending on what shade of the black or of the white you're clicking on will alter your white balance. So this darker area down here changes my color because you're saying, hey, this right here, boom, is white. Okay. So I like to play around in an image and see what I feel like doing, because I can 100% change the color of these lights coming at me compared to that, which this is actually more true because that's all ambient light back there. So sweet. Okay, let's play. Let's have some fun. Let's do a punch. See how that is. I'm trying to open these screens as big as I can for y'all. Doobie-doobie-doo. All right, so let's take the clarity. Let's go way up on the clarity. Let's see what happens. And when people aren't looking at you, if you're not exposing for a person, like a portrait or that kind of thing, when I'm photographing aesthetics like this, like the room or interiors or landscaping or just whatever, if I'm not worried about the people looking at me, then I'm not worried about skin tone so much. So I love playing with the clarity all the way up. Your dehaze, your dehaze does some weird funky stuff sometimes. This is all the way. See what it did right here? That's wicked. So let's take your dehaze and come down -27. And now you're seeing that more of that white misty fog from the smoke machines. And you can see some artifacting happening up in here. And that's got a lot to do with what we just did. So taking that dehaze to like +8, it like snaps the whites and the blacks, kind of compresses that file's midtone range together, more prominent. I dig that. So a lot of times when people are looking at this image and I see him performing, I see him, I see the crowd, I see the lights. That's all I care about. For somebody who wants to blow up into this region and then tell me it's a bad looking file, I'm not concerned about that. And if that bothers you that much, honestly, watch this. Layers, magic brush. Come over here. Let's see what they highlighted for me. Oh, look at that. It's like perfect. All right, take your shadows, go way down. Oh, look at that. Boom. Gone. So what the magic brush does is when I click on a little area, what it masks out for me is that tonal range and contrast range of what I clicked on. Okay, so all of this was in that same tonal range. So now I'm working with a layer. That's layer 1 now. So the background layer is the actual image. So now that I'm on layer 1, watch. So when I bring my shadows all the way up just so you can see it, it only affects what I masked. Okay, so it does not affect the rest of the image. So if you're not working in adjustment layers, you're only working on the whole image. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because when you're on the background, which is just the image itself, and you do shadows, all of the shadows of the entire image goes down. So you want to raise this up because you want to see this guy, but you're like, oh, look what it did here. Oh, this is a terrible file. No, it's not. Just do your job. Learn how to work with your image, dude. So I've already selected this, right? So layer 1 is that. Boom. So if you're like, well, that's kind of cool, but this is kind of weird. All right, well, I like that too. I like this too. I like this too. And it will grab. Isn't it cool? Okay, so moving on. That's just something cool to do. Contrast, let's bring the contrast way up. All right, let me see if I can see you guys on the comments if anybody's here. Let me lower my volume. All right, so I do such a bad job of telling you guys I'm going live. A lot of the rebroadcast winds up playing later, and people catch up to what I did because you didn't know I was going live. So I apologize for not letting you know in advance. Sometimes my work schedule is so crazy busy. I get to work and I'm like, let's do it live. Alrighty, so let's go find another image. All right, let's take this image because I'm a drummer. Let's play with some drums. All right, so first things first, let the image snap into place when the RAM of the computer catches up. Key is sharp. I am far away. Like, seriously, I am far away. Okay, first things first, everybody likes to know this kind of stuff. That's ISO 10,000. This was like towards the end of the show kind of thing, and I wanted to just like push the camera to its limits just so I can see what is the worst I'm gonna get with this camera. Like, what can I push it to? And I would never shoot at 10,000 normally on a job, but this is like me playing around mode. So yeah, here's 10,000 at 125 at 3.2. and I'm getting this exposure. So let's go adjustment, reset. So this is the exposure out of the camera, okay? And then this is after my glossy sharp and a white balance. Boom. So from here, if I wanted to do anything counter creative, I can. So let's go back to the layers. Let's grab the magic wand, doodad. I don't know what to change on here because I'm digging this a lot. I don't know what y'all want to see me change, but all right. So I clicked on this area. Everything in red is what it's selected. It's telling me all of that area is in the same tonal range. Okay. So great. Let's bring shadows down. Well, let's just bring the blacks down. Maybe not the shadows. Let's bring the shadows back up. Let's bring the blacks down. Let's bring the contrast up. Let's bring the contrast down. Yeah, I kind of like it up. So you see what it did? Very cool. So if I want this exact same, let me click on here again, just so you can see where all the red is. If there's another spot that I want this to also be on, also masks, all I gotta do is go touch it. Let's say right there. Click. Boom. Wow, look at that. That's cool. So now when I just click there, just keep my pen on the tablet, I'm just pressing down so I can see what is it masking. So here's the cool part. If you're like, oh, wait, I like this shirt the way it was. All right, all I gotta do is erase it. So come over here, go to your erase button, click down so you can see, and erase it off his shirt. If you like it on his shirt, or you want his shirt left alone. Isn't that cool? I'm gonna do a Control Z because I kind of like it the other way. And if anything, yeah. And then you can also, here's the really cool part, you can also paint your mask harder or lighter for how much of that tweak you did to be where now you're brushing. Isn't that cool? That's killer. That's cool. All right, you guys. So if you're here in the comments, say hello. Say hello if you are here. All right, this is a cool shot. This is a good one to play with. All right, so first of all, let's go adjustments. Let me show you the actual file. That's the actual file out the camera. Okay. So this is why I shoot RAW all the time. If this was a JPEG, I couldn't do the kind of tweaks I'm about to do as easily. That's just how it is. Your JPEG is like that flattened version of the file, and now when you go making any changes, it's difficult to mess with a JPEG. The RAW, I can do my glossy sharp, white balance, boom. So from here, I can go, okay, well, I love all of this, but I want this darker now. All right, let's go to our trusty magic wand. Let's just do this. Notice I'm not having to do the entire thing. I'm just like, now I press down to see where did it highlight, and it masked perfectly, except I need his face also done. His face is pretty white with that spotlight. This was like, they're done, they're over. I really honestly wanted to get more of them reactions. So from there, let's do exposure. Way too much. So exposure is actually not it. Let's not mess with that. Let's do highlight. And let's regrab some more of this. Cool. Let's regrab. Let's do more of that. Let's just kind of make it hard. Clarity can actually go up. Dehaze. Let's bring that up. Ooh, that's cool. Wow. Okay. I am digging that. Let's bring the highlight all the way down. Let's bring the whites down. Let's see what happens. Let's go full screen so y'all can see. Let the RAM kick in from the computer. That's cool, dude. That's cool. You know how hard that would be to fix as a JPEG? Way too time consuming. So let's just kind of click here and see where is it highlighted again. Okay, so here's the next thing. You can keep doing layers, all right? So let's just get that too. All right, where else do y'all want to mess with? You want to change, you want to make these colors in here a little more prominent or different color? All right, watch this. So now we're going to add, we're going to click on the plus up here. We're going to add a new layer. Now I'm going to click on this. So it grabs that color range of teal or wherever this is. And notice how it's just in that box, which means the mid-range contrast of these guys is different than the light hitting over here. So it's not going to mess with it. That's really cool. All right, let's do this. Let's make it more blue. It is the House of Blues, right? So I like that. That's pretty darn cool. Let's bring the highlights down. Let's bring the clarity down. I don't care about that being crazy in focus. So now let's just apply that to the rest of these. So all you have to do is keep magic brushing different areas. Come on. Show me, show me, show me. Interesting. Yeah, so let's go harder. Let's get that guy nice and brushed in there. Again, the more you press down on your mask, see how darker the mask is? It's doing what we did originally more and more and more depending on how you brush. So now you have artistic control of your image. I know, right? I feel like Bob Ross right now. These teals, let's make them a little bluer, shall we? It is the House of Blues. Let's make them a little bluer. Yes. Oh, this is lovely. Let's see what it grabs. It still looks a little teal over here. So let's brush down some harder. Some harder. Is that even a sentence? Some harder. Oh, this is lovely. This is lovely. But I see some spots for you to go back on because it's not perfect, and I like perfect. Doobie-doobie-doo. That's my thing when I'm dilly-dallying around. Dilly-dallying. Have you heard that phrase? Dilly-dallying. What are you doing dilly-dallying around over there against the corner? I'm losing it, y'all. All right, you guys. So watch this. So now they're all the same blue, but obviously where the light is different, okay? Let's add another layer, and let's just grab this dude. And let's take shadows, bring the shadows up, because now I'm just messing with just that range. Watch. See? Right there. And let's do the same thing here. It's too much, actually, so let's bring this down. Let's bring the highlights down. Pretty cool. Very cool. So you get my point. You see what I can do with this. Okay, I can click over here. It's going to keep doing that same exposure daily in that range. Once my computer catches up. Man, this is an 8-core Mac laptop. This thing's fast, but we're streaming. We're doing Capture One, which requires a lot of RAM actually, and then we're working in layers. So we're adding a lot of tasks onto this. Okay, so if I wanted to come back over here and mess with this, all I gotta do is drop down to layer 1. Okay, and I remembered that was this, right? So let's do that. Let's bring the shadows down. Let's bring the blacks down. The blacks seem to always make such a huge contrast difference. whether it's the entire image or just an image that you're working with. I'm gonna make this harder and harder and harder. Let me just see here. All right, let's really get his pants and all really good. Let's get Chuck's face a little bit better. I don't know what that is. So if you came back from your session and, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 images you just really liked a lot, and you're like, let me just play with them in Capture One, because the more you do this, the faster you are at doing it. And it seems like a lot right now, but it's actually pretty darn quick when you're comparing to, let's throw that JPEG into Photoshop and see what happens. That's tough. All right. So look, the image right above it is basically the same. It's just click, 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 click. It's the same shot. But look at that out the camera. Look at this from what we did. I'm gonna let you gaze at that for a minute once the RAM catches up and snaps for you. If you're here, say hello in the comments. I'm not seeing anybody on here. So maybe you guys will replay this later. If you are not a Capture One user and you want to just do a free trial and, you know, see how you like it, in the comments section, click on my my little affiliate link there and have fun. Go play around. If you have any questions, honestly, you can go to our Facebook group page and ask some questions, man. A lot of us over there use Capture One. I'm happy to answer questions. So instead of waiting for a video to come out or waiting for somebody to respond to a comment, we just have that group page, and in real time, things happen a lot quicker. So I love that. All right, this is neat. So wow, dude. Again, look at this and look at this. You decide. Okay, moving on. What time is it? Oh wow, it's 9:22 my time here in New Orleans. That means I got about another 8 minutes of Capture One, and then I'm gonna go over to Honeybook because it's actual work I'm trying to get done. That's awesome, dude. I need to export that so I have that in a file. Let's make that my GK. It's another thing I like about Capture One. You can set up your recipes and on your exports, so you can change all your settings. So I have an export for anything on my GK website, on my regular website. 4:6 at 250 looks great. So when I click this, all the images that I say export, it's going to go to the folder I tell it to, and it's going to call it GK website 4:6 and be resized at that. And then if I clicked Facebook 8:10 size, these are separate folders that it will create automatically for you, so you can easily find your stuff. I love that. Love, love, love. So let's do large JPEG. Let's do a fave images for web. Okay, so export. That's it. Boom. All right. Let me find another kind of client to show you how this works. This is good. Hold on. Let me go to these. I got to show y'all this. If you're just joining us or if you're playing the replay, I get a lot of questions on people asking me when they see me working for real. They're like, what is that camera? I said, well, it's a Fuji. And they're just so used to hearing Nikon, Sony, or Canon. They just don't hear Fuji a lot. But they're like, can you shoot sports with that? I'm like, well, I do. But I know what settings I'm supposed to be on to make it work. So you can't go by somebody's word on their ideas of a product. If they don't own it themselves and use it every single day, then their word is not true in my book. Secondly, what is their talent range? Like, how good are they of a photographer using their equipment? Because I know people with really good looking cameras and gear, and they're lacking some knowledge, and I can see it in their work. What I'm trying to show you, that's a cool shot too. All right, so these images are, what is this? ISO 500. During the day, it was overcast, but still, it was bright. ISO 500, so I can shoot at a shutter of 2000. I want to shoot as fast as I can. And when I can shoot this fast, your f-stop basically is just a decision of yours. Meaning, if I can shoot between 1000 and 4000 shutter, depending on that f-stop, I'm good with stopping action. So I wanted to see what f2 looked like. That way, referee's out of focus. He's razor sharp. And you got to do 2000, 4000, have fun. That's my son. That's Jack. Where's my shot? Oh, there it is. The Heisman. All right, I want you to look at this for a second. I'm going to leave it up here for a minute, okay? The RAM just caught up. This is me not doing anything really to the image. I think my glossy sharp is on here. Let me see. Yeah, that's my glossy sharp and white balance. That's it. That's all I did. So image, reset. Okay, here you go. Everybody asking about Fuji files in general. This is the whole image out of the camera. Okay, that was my 85 on my lens. The 85 Canon lens acts more like 100. Honestly, the distance I was at, I should have brought my 70 to 200 lens, but I didn't have it on me. So this is the camera working now. So now let me crop what I want to see. Now, usually when you're looking at you're cutting out all this image. People trip. They're like, "Whoa, you can't do that. It's terrible." Okay. Glossy sharp. Boom. This is not even messing with white balance. It's just like an auto white balance. Booyah. All right, I'm gonna let this go big so you can see it. You can get your face close to the screen. Let me zoom it in a pinch more. So now we're looking at a cropped image almost at full screen. That's ridiculous. That is serious information that we're blowing out of whack. Sharp, 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 sharp is all I can say. Holy cow. Even when I saw this image back at the house and I put them on my laptop, I'm on the sofa and I'm looking at it and I'm like, holy cannoli, this is ridiculous. Look at this. This is one of those shots where you're like, okay, these exact same settings, shooting real football games in the Superdome or the Sugar Bowl or wherever else I have to do, is awesome. Bring that longer lens, but this is stop in action, dude. 100% stop in action. Love this. Love, love, love. So when people say, how's the Fuji files? Does it do sports? Uh-huh. You can't crop in a whole lot. Okay. Whatever you say, dude. Do you own a Fuji camera? No, I've never shot with one. So you don't know what a raw file looks like coming out the camera? No, not really. Really? Okay, my brother. Or my sister. Go rent the camera or any other gear you think you are looking at shopping. Rent it for a week and use it on everything that you do. Then make a true, honest decision based on usability, your own usability. It's very, very difficult in this world of everybody leaving comments everywhere, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, here on YouTube. You know, not all opinions you read are valid. That I can tell you. You have to use the equipment yourself to see how it works for you. And once you understand the settings that you're doing, it'll apply to any equipment you do use, but you'll see the difference, you know? Different cameras do have slightly different looks according to their chips. That's true. But getting these shots is still the knowledge you need to have. Look at this guy. He almost He almost had it, man. That ball was coming, and man, he got a jump for it, but he jumped a little bit too late. And I'm actually really, really impressed on how this I had it. I did not have this thing focusing on the eyes, by the way. I had this on um single point, I believe, on continuous, and I just kept it on him. And look at that, sharp, crazy sharp. And look, what was this? F2. All right. So here's F2 for somebody saying, how's the depth of field at F2? That football is a little bit past him. Okay. So look at the distance from the football to his face. It's not a lot, right? So how is his face sharp and the football is not? That's F2. That's the shallow depth of field you have at a very wide, large aperture. Okay. So the only problem with shooting this way is that if I was shooting at like a 5.6 and I missed the focus a little bit, more would be in focus because of the f-stop rather than I'm just going at it right here. I want whatever I'm pointing at to be razor sharp. If it gets it, it gets it. It doesn't, it doesn't. Boom. Got it. All right, it's HoneyBook time. All right, you guys. Let me turn this thingy back on. Cancel. Let me get HoneyBook in here. All right, so HoneyBook is the software, the online software that I use for my client relations, my communication. This keeps me organized. This sets me up to be on an automatic scale. And I love it. Love it, love it, love it. If you have clients or you want to have clients and you don't know how to stay organized or what is the easiest way, to be on the fly. A lot of us are not always here like at a brick and mortar building from 9 to 5. If you're like me, I'm on the go all the time. So HoneyBook also has an app, okay, that allows me to do 80% of what I do right behind the computer. And when I see an email come in from my contact info and it says, hey, I'm interested in a wedding, all I got to do is hit view inquiry. It comes up and it says, how do you want to respond? I can say template, wedding inquiry, change any wording I want to, but I already have it written up with links and pictures and all that good stuff, and hit send. That's it. Keep shooting. Keep doing what you're doing. I mean, I've been at a red light, for 30 seconds and responded to 2 inquiries that quick. And both of them responded with, wow. I'm still waiting on some people to phone me back or even email me back. That's impressive. Thank you so much. I'm going to call you back in a little bit once they review the information I sent them. That is key. That's the world we live in right now. So let me show you HoneyBook and what I can do. Right now, I do not have a food photography inquiry template. So I was like, I have to do this. So just so you know, when you click, here's your home screen, okay? When you click tools, down here you see templates. Go to templates, and you can look at what kind of templates you have, okay? You have everything from contracts to proposals. You have questionnaires, which is really cool. I do use that. Invoices or brochures. And it's just a template to get you started kind of thing. This is where it's super duper cool. I'm going to do a separate live on this, or maybe just a video in general, because this is just worth it. So I'm doing a brochure. Here's my GK food inquiry. All right, it comes up right here. You name it, so you know what it is. And then you can go from there. So all you have to do is this, okay? Say I want to, this is where I left off. So I have my little intro when they say it, then they scroll down. a little something about me, some more images. Here's a testimonial from a recent job I just did just 2 weeks ago. This was awesome. This was for a seasoning company. This was for their product labeling slash website slash social media. This was the actual image that we took. This is how it's being used. So cool. But here's what you do. So when you want to keep going, all you do is you click the plus. Okay. And then right here, you're like, well, what kind of little box area do you want to do? You want to do your content? You want to ask questions? Here's how you can ask questions. You can do a single choice. You can do multiple. You can do long text, 2 fields, drop down, date picker. It's like you have options. Services. Services is like your items that you invoice. You can list that on here. I'm not doing that right now. Let's do a question. Why not? So here's the cool thing. When you have questions on here and they answer them, you get this as a response and it stays in their folder, in their client folder, which is so cool. So let's do a short one. What is your question here? Type your question here. What type of food do you specialize in? And they can answer here. Okay, so that's it. So if you look up here, see how it says all changes saved? What I love about HoneyBook is as I'm working, it is constantly saving. After I do something, it saves. After it saves. Smart, very smart. So right now, if the power went out or my battery died on my laptop, it's not like, oh my God, all my work is gone. No, this is internet-based, web-based. So it's on their server, not yours. This is cool. So let's do another one. What type of food do you specialize in? Boom. Let's do a pull down. All right, where's the pull down? Question, sorry. Let's do the drop down or single choice. Let's do the single choice. Okay. What should we ask? What kind of food do you specialize in?
Unknown caller.
And I'm doing this during working hours, so I'm going to have to get that phone in a minute. What is the question here? Would you like DK to contact you for a phone consult? Option, yes. Option, no. Add an option. No, I'm not going to add an option. Go away. Delete. Let's not do that. Let's change this. What would be a yes or no thing for shooting food? Do you need to elevate your business marketing across all your social media platforms? They can do yes or no. Okay, so we'll click off of this. See how I said saving, all changed? Boom, done. Okay. Question, single short text. Your question here. If you answered yes, please. List your email and phone number. Email and cell phone number. People hate it when they leave landlines and I can't leave a text. It's just kind of rough. Below. Boom. They're going to have that. Okay. All right. So let's do this. Content. What else do we want to do? So looking at this, let's just go back up. So now when I get an inquiry and they're asking about commercial and they say food photography, now when I respond, I can click on my GK Food inquiry template, and this automatically goes to them in an email. So the email will be words first. Obviously, you got to respond to them. Say, hey, thank you for contacting me. I've attached some of my information. Let me know if you'd like to move forward with a phone consult. And then they would see all this. So if you wanted to ask more questions and details, you can. And the beautiful thing is it'll be in their folder in HoneyBook. So when I'm on a job, say on a wedding, and there's a questionnaire I sent, or there's something we talked about in an email, instead of going through Google and all over the place, all I have to do is click on my HoneyBook app, go to my client, go to activity, and activity means your activity. What have you been doing back and forth with them? And it's all right there. It's all one long thread of just our emails going back and forth. How cool is that? So cool. So instead of Google messing you up with different email threads not being together, HoneyBook does that for you. Pretty cool, huh? So doesn't this look a whole lot better than giving them a link to also go to your website, give them a link to also go to your Instagram, and making them go to too many places? You want to keep them in one spot, which is your home. And this is my home. So that's what I got for you. Okay. So let's just say you want to change this image, edit image. Now the library is some pre-existing images or what you have uploaded. Okay. So I don't know what else I want to grab. Just for kicks and giggles, let me show you. Whatever. Let's just do this one. Now it's going to show you the crop that works in that template area. Okay. So that is key. You hit save and it updates that spot. Boom. Done. Isn't that neat? So let's go back to the fries. And I know I uploaded my fries already. Let's go there. Let's go here. Let's bring it in some more so they kind of get that, it's a small image. So let's bring them tighter to the food and the lusciousness. Lusciousness. That's the word of the day. Lusciousness. Pretty cool, huh? All right, so hold on. Let me change my doodads here. Dooby-dooby-doo. So anyway, if you're a HoneyBook user or you're looking for something like this to work with you, and it's not just for photographers either. Jeez, if you're a planner, if you're a florist, if I don't know, any kind of back and forth with your client, this software is great. It really is. This has been on here the whole time. I'm sorry, y'all. I did not know that was on here the whole time. Urgh. Okay, whatever. So look, I'm gonna get out of here. I have some work to do. I gotta go call my client back apparently, and I'm gonna come back on and do a HoneyBook by itself. So that live stream video has its own title for using HoneyBook. But listen, about Capture One, man, go to the Facebook group page, Focus with GK. And if you have any questions, please, man, ask away. Everybody is happy to answer you. It's a fun, relaxed, easy group. We're not going to knock you down for um, your images. Nobody critiques stuff like that. We all like to get it out there that we're all trying to move forward and get better and appreciate art as it is. And everybody's judgment of art is different. But I like having respect in the comments, and good-hearted people deserve to be around other good-hearted people, and that's what my Facebook group is. It's also my YouTube channel too. It's also my business. It's also my family, my friends. I guess it's all of me, isn't it? All right, you guys, look, if you're watching this on the rebroadcast, which I assume you are, I got to turn my camera back on. See how that thing goes to sleep so fast? That's the only annoying thing. But the image on this compared to my GoPro looks way better. So I'll figure it out. Thanks so much for being here. I'm out of here. Next video is on the way to be posted. Another live stream coming shortly. And if you're not subscribed, do so, just so you'll know. In my community tab, I can write to you guys and say, hey, I'm going live. And you should see that in your notifications. But I'll see you soon. Have a great day. Stay focused on your dreams. And I will see you again.